Alright guys, how's it going? Right, okay, so a bit of an impromptu video. I wasn't intending to make one anytime soon. But yeah, yesterday I come to a big decision regarding my collecting. And I was talking to my mate Alex last night, Blue Tonic 78. Alex asked me to make a video about this, wanted to find out more in depth as to what I've done and why. Yeah, basically, for a while now I've been, I've probably mentioned it a few times on videos actually, that I've just been getting a bit sick of the whole collecting thing. It's just been really getting me down and pissing me off, and I'm just getting a little fed up with where I was going because I was just losing track completely. It is partly down to YouTube. I'll put it down to that. I mean, that's like everybody says, when you make YouTube videos, you become part of the community, and you're watching other people's videos all the time. You always get influenced really, really easily. I always find that I can watch videos and I'll be like, yeah, I really like to look at that system, I want to give that a try, or oh, I remember that system, that was good, that was, I wouldn't mind getting that and picking up so and so game. And then it just, it rolls on and you end up buying game after game after game, and you find that, well, really I don't want to collect for this system, I don't play on it at all, it just sits there, and I just bought it in the spur of the moment and wasted my money really. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I was just getting to the point, I just really, really had enough. And yesterday morning I woke up and I just thought, you know what, screw this. I just came to a realisation yesterday. And I'm not completely stopping collecting before anyone thinks that, because that's never going to happen. But yeah, I basically listed the majority of my collection on eBay last night and sold it. I'm just sick of it. It was just getting on my tits, because it was just, every time I looked at it in the game, it was just like, why have I got all this stuff? I just really don't care for it at all, and it doesn't mean anything to me, and I have no interest in playing these games, and I just don't want to bother. So yeah, what happened was I listed on eBay my entire Xbox collection. So you're talking 4 consoles, 2 box, 2 loose, 222 games. I listed my PlayStation 1 stuff, which surprisingly came to about 75 games, which I didn't realise I got that many. I thought I only got a handful, so that was surprising. And I got like 12 consoles as well. I got like 2 loose PS1 Slims, a box Slim, and then a stack of standard PS1s, just like the original PlayStation, the rectangular one. They're all loose as well. So I've sold all that. Also sold my PS2, and the games I got for that was only like 22 games, so it wasn't a lot. Sold my Amiga 500, not something I ever thought would do, but I just thought, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to get rid of everything. So the Amiga's gone. They haven't all gone yet, because the guy's going to collect them, or he's got to come and pick them up, so they're all still here at the moment. I only sold them last night. The Dreamcast as well, that's going. Getting rid of all that stuff. So I'm basically just culling everything, just getting rid of a lot. I just can't be bothered anymore. It was really getting me down big time, and I was just like, what is the point? As I say, every time I walked to the game room, I'd look at it all and be like, I'm never going to play. I look at the Xbox and the PS1. Those 2 consoles nostalgically are really important to me, because they formed a large part of my gaming history. The 2 systems I absolutely love. They're absolutely brilliant systems. There's nothing wrong with the systems. They have an absolutely fantastic catalogue of games. But in terms of collecting, I just don't care. I just don't want to do it. I just no interest anymore. I did the Xbox collecting. I've got 222 games, and it's like, yeah, brilliant. Doesn't mean anything to me. I very rarely fire the Xbox up and play it. I very rarely get the inclination to want to play it. Same with the PS1. It's a fantastic console, there's no doubt about it, it's brilliant. And when it was current, I was an absolute PlayStation fanatic. I absolutely loved that console to bits. But these days, I just don't want to play it. And there's like nothing to do with the system, the graphics, or the dating of the games, or anything like that, because they're all brilliant. And if I had a mate who had a PlayStation, I'd play on his. That's fine, but I don't want to collect for it myself. I'd rather just have the memories of when they were current consoles, the Xbox and the PlayStation 1, and just enjoy them for what they were. I mean, the PS2, I think everybody who's been watching me for a while knows my opinion on the PS2. I've tried to like that console, but nah, it doesn't do it for me. It's just, there's no comparison when you're playing on Xbox. The Xbox destroys the PS2 in my opinion. I've always felt that way. I mean, I was an Xbox fanboy, when that came out, so it's really difficult to try and enjoy this PS2. I have got to a point where I found more games that I enjoy on the system, and I can look past the technical failures of the PS2, and just I mean, the one thing for me that always drew me back to buying PS2s, and I've bought and sold so many PS2s over the years, it's just silly. I would say 20 at least. You've got to be around that number. And it's usually time crisis 2 is the problem. Because it's a PS2 exclusive and I absolutely love that game, and it's such a good port, it was the one thing that used to always tie me to the console. Just like Halo would tie me to an Xbox, or or any of the number of PS1 exclusives that tie me to that system. I just don't care anymore. I'm just not interested in collecting. I don't play them. I don't enjoy playing them. I don't actually enjoy playing them. I just think they're alright, but they're better left in my head, in the memories that I have from when I had the systems originally, and the times that I had and played the games and enjoyed them for what they were. Dreamcast as well. I had a Dreamcast the first time, and right at the end of its life cycle, and it was about to die off. In fact, it probably had died off at that point. And I love the system. It was great. It was a good stopgap while I was waiting for a PS2. It was a good system, and it is a great system. It's got some fantastic arcade ports. Fantastic, but do I want to collect for it? Not really, no. The Amiga 500, absolutely amazing computer. A massive part of my childhood. I mean, I was a Commodore kid growing up, so that was a big deal for me to have a 500. But in terms of collecting, I'm not motivated. The problem with the Amiga as well is that a lot of the games, being on the discs aren't reliable, and unless they've been tested, I'm not willing to lay out the money. I mean, you're talking like Toycan, you're talking 30 quid upwards. It's not a lot of money really for collecting, but in terms of games that are temperamental, no. Even if they have been tested, it doesn't mean they're not going to fail in the future, so I just think, what's the point? You can go down the aesthetic route. I mean, I know, like Alex has said before, that he just likes to have them because, for collecting purposes, not so much to play them, but because the boxes bring back nostalgic memories. I can completely understand that. I mean, whenever I see an Amiga game in a Psygnosis box, massive nostalgia rush. I mean, that is just, you look at Lemmings and it just takes me right back. And it was one of the few games that I had that was legit, like a proper original game. And it's got a lot of memories. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun playing Lemmings as a kid. But yeah, nowadays, at this point in my life, at the age I am now, I've got no interest at all. I find more and more that the cartridges is where it's at. And I'm pretty sure Ninja Bear Hugs said the same thing not long ago. It's just, I love cartridges. There's nothing better than getting a cartridge, slapping it in, turn it on, you're playing the game. It's just brilliant. All this loading time and stuff, it just drives me mental. I just have no time for it. And I find that when I buy, with the Super Nintendo, I really, really enjoy playing the games. I love them to bits. But I also get a lot of enjoyment from collecting for the system, for hunting the games out. That collecting vibe, that rush that you get when you search on eBay in the morning and bang, there's a game you've been looking for months, maybe years, and someone's just posted it and it's in mint condition and it's super cheap, and you think, what the hell's going on? I'm having that. And it's just awesome when it comes through and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I finally got this, and it's part of the collection. You look up on the wall there, and then you come in the game room and you feel a sense of pride. The fact that you've taken your time, you've put this collection together nicely, and it looks great on display. But most importantly of all, you can take the games down and play them whenever you want. You've built a nice library of games to play on the system that you love the most, and I can just play those SNES games over and over and over again and never get bored. I love them. Equally, I've just got an NES, and I've only got 4 games for it, but I started playing Double Dragon 2, and it was just like, this is bloody brilliant, and it drew me in. It's fantastic. I just don't know. I just find that I play those consoles more than any other, and I really enjoy them. So what I've decided to do, I've now got the NES, the Super Nintendo, the N64. I've got the GameCube set up down there. I won't buy GameCube games. I've only got the GameCube because it's got a Game Boy player on it, so I can play my Game Boy Advance games. And I've got my Genesis as well. That's it. No more. That's all I'm keeping. Because those are out. It's 8, 16, 64-bit, 128 with the GameCube, but technically 32 because I'm only playing Game Boy Advance games on it, which are 32-bit. So, bet someone puts a thing in the comment now. They're not really 32-bit. I don't really give a shit. But yeah, that's the point anyway, and that's where I want to go with it. And yeah, it's a bit drastic, but I actually feel a lot better for doing it as well. I mean, I told my dad, and my dad was like, well, what are you doing that for? What's the point? You're only going to buy it all back. And with my track record, as you all know on YouTube, yeah, that is a possibility. So I won't say that I'll never buy any of those systems again, because it's pointless saying it. I mean, I've sold and rebought these systems so many times over and over again, but honestly at this point I just don't care. I've got no interest at all. I've got no interest in buying those systems back again. The fact that, you know, in 2 weeks' time when the guy comes to pick them up, because he's coming from another town, not another city, he's coming from quite a way away, so he's going to be in my area in 2 weeks' time, he's going to pick them up. At this point, and probably at the same time when they go, it doesn't bother me. I honestly don't feel any attachment at all. I couldn't give a shit if they're all gone. It's like, yeah, whatever, big deal. The only thing that really matters to me is that, the Super Nintendo collection. That is something I will not sell, because I just can't. It means too much to me. You know, the console means a lot to me anyway, and I really thoroughly enjoy the games a lot. And the more games I get for the collection, the more brilliant it gets, and the more fun I have. Just having that library, as I say, is the best thing in the world, man. Just, you know, not having to play the games. You know, I mean, I do feel that sometimes on YouTube, that people who make videos, and I might be wrong here, but I just get the impression that people feel like they're obligated to be a certain way. Like they're obligated, because they have a large collection, to play these games. They have to be playing games of any kind on any console constantly to be considered a legitimate gamer, which is not true, because you don't. I like the idea of having a library of games, just like if you're into books or films, so that when you're in the mood, you go, you know what, I feel like a bit of Castlevania today. Go and get Super Castlevania. I fancy a bit of Mario Kart today, or, you know, I'm going to have half an hour on Street Fighter, and you can just pull them out and play them and just get that rush and enjoy them. And they're always there. You never have to think, oh crap, I ain't got that one. I also feel that there are certain things on YouTube I find that people don't talk about. The biggest one is piracy. People never talk about piracy, which makes me laugh a lot. I don't know in the States as much, because in the States you guys had the NES, and then you went off the Genesis and the SNES and so on. So it wouldn't have been as prevalent for you guys. But here in the UK, I mean, I'm only going by where I used to live, but everybody around me was into Commodore, Spectrum and Amstrad. And if you were into those three systems, piracy was the norm. There was no such thing as, you know, well, not no such thing, but it was a very limited amount of legitimate games that people I knew had, including myself. You just don't. It was just easy to copy them, and it was just the norm. You didn't, as a kid, you don't even think about it anyway. You don't see it like that. You don't think about where the money's going and who's getting paid and whatever. You just say, oh, good, new game, great, let's try it out. That was the standard back then, but it does make me laugh how people are a bit cautious about talking about certain subjects, and I understand it in a way, because, you know, they probably don't want, you know, the heat from certain people who disagree with piracy for whatever reason. And plus, you know, maybe because I know sometimes that game developers from back in the day actually watch these videos. I doubt they watch my videos, but I know like Steve Benway, they watch his videos. So maybe people are a bit sceptical, but at the end of the day, it's the past. It was the 80s and the 90s. It's like, we're in 2013, does it really matter now? It's not like, you know, they're going to sue us all for royalties and stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, and we're buying all the stuff back now anyway, so who cares? Not that they get paid for it, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. I just, everything's disillusioning me at the moment. I'm just thinking like, well, I'm just at that point of just exasperation. I just think, whatever. I'm just glad I made that decision yesterday and I went with it. I just, you know, I put it all on eBay, put it on for a fair price. I put it on there on a buy now with a best offer option. I put it on for a price which is not an eBay price. If I was to price everything individually, I could have probably not so much doubled my money, but I would have made a lot more than what I actually sold it for. But I just wasn't interested in that. It was just, I got to the point of frustration and just thought, you know what, I'll put it up for a fair price that I'm happy to accept, and I'll let it go. I knew that the price I put it up for, and not only that, just listing it anyway as a whole bulk buy was going to be something that wouldn't attract fellow collectors, because obviously, like myself, you would want to split things. You want to go, oh, can I buy that, can I buy that, and, you know, how much do you want for this, and split everything up, which I wasn't willing to do, and I put that on the auction. I just wanted to sell it all in one go, quick sale, done. So I know I was attracting resellers more than anything, and I don't really have a problem with that. I know people have a problem with resellers, and I understand the reasons why they have problems with resellers, because a lot of them take the piss, and I totally understand that. But I just focused my price point so that basically a reseller could buy it, make a profit, they're happy, whatever. You know, the game's distributed to other collectors, that's great. and I'll get my money and I'll get rid of all the games. And that's the most important thing, really. So yeah, there you go. I'm just glad I did it, really. If you're having the same thought, then just do it. Trust me, you'll feel better about it. Just get rid of everything you don't want and just, minimise your collection, get it down to where you want to be. Don't let other things like YouTube or anything else influence what you buy. Just, buy the things that you enjoy, the games you enjoy, the consoles you enjoy, and just play them and enjoy them. And that's the main thing, really. I'm just going to have to swap the battery out because the battery's about to die. Hang on a minute. Okay guys, back again. Sorry about that. Yeah, and another thing that happened as well yesterday was quite funny actually. Well, not funny, that's probably not the right word to use, but I posted everything on eBay, and it was like literally about half an hour after I posted everything, I went onto YouTube and noticed Alex had put a new video up, and he was doing a pickles video, and it was a really good pickles video. It really actually made me realise I was doing the right thing, and it gave me a bit of clarification really, because his video was basically titled Quality Over Quantity, and he had 3 games, that was it for the pickles video. And I watched that video, and each game that he showed were all quality titles. You could see that they were all games that Alex had taken his time to think about. He'd gone, I want to get this one, that one and that one, and he'd taken his time, sort them out, waited for the right deal, and you could see that he was genuinely chuffed to get them. And I think that's what it's all about, that's what collecting should be. It's way too easy when you come on YouTube. Whether you're just somebody who watches or you're actually somebody who participates in the community and comments, or you're someone who comments, makes videos, watches others as well, it's really easy to get influenced and to just go and buy stuff that you really don't, deep down you don't want, but you just go, oh well, it looks interesting, I'll give it a try. And then it leads you down the dark path of just like picking up games all over the shop. I mean, like Christ, I was buying PS1 games that I just had no interest in, but they were cheap, so it's like, well, why not pick it up? Xbox games, PS2 games that I'll never play, but I just thought, £2, why not? What the hell? I mean, Christ, at the car boot last week, I picked up Medal of Honor Vanguard for the PS2, which I had, a few years back now. Never really got anywhere, and I thought I'd give it a try. It's only £1, mint condition. I mean, it's immaculate. The manual, the discs mint, the box and the art are mint. Everything's mint. Thought brilliant. Only last night did I notice it's actually a Polish copy, which I didn't even know you could get them. So I was quite surprised. I was like, bloody hell, there's a bloody Polish edition. That was a bit random, but but yeah, I mean that was it. I was just, like when I bought Flatout 2 for the Xbox the other week, I only bought it because I've already got Flatout. I don't even like Flatout, it's a crap game, but I bought Flatout 2 because it was like $1.99, and it just marries them up and gets the two together. There's no point, there's no reason for that, it's just stupid. What I need to do is just stick to my lists and just buy them. The Super Nintendo collection is the only thing I've never wavered on. It's the one collection where I've got a list of games that I want, and I buy them when I can afford them, and when I see them in the right deal, the right condition, the right price. And I don't just rush in, and I take my time, and I thoroughly enjoy the system. I've never considered selling the system at all. Everything else I have, I mean, there's always been times where I just thought, balls to it, let's get rid of it all. But I'm not going to do that. I enjoy that system too much to do that. The N64, I bought and sold that a few times. I've actually stuck with it this time because that system is a really good system, and it only has I can't remember how many it was now. It was like 270 games in the US or something like that. It's not a lot anyway. So you could easily go full set on it, but I just think, what's the point? I'm not a full set guy, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to cherry pick the games that I enjoy. And that is only a very small amount of games that I want for the system. But you've got to have the essentials like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Diddy Kong Racing, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, all the obvious stuff. I want to get Killer Instinct Gold. I've never played it, and I'm really interested to see how that translates. I really want to get Resident Evil 2. So I've always wanted to see what it's like on the N64. I've seen videos, but I've never actually played it, and I'd love to try that. And I want to get Conker's Bad Fur Day because it's an absolute classic, and I've never finished it, so I'd like to do that as well. I just want to basically do what everybody's been saying for a long time, is just buy what I want to enjoy, not just buy for any old reason. I mean, it is difficult. I think if you start making videos on YouTube as well, it's so easy to get sucked in and to just go mental. And especially when you first start collecting, I find. I mean, I can only go by my own experience, but when I started collecting, it was like, right, I want a Super Nintendo. Okay, got that. I want a Mega Drive. I'll have one of them. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying a PC Engine. I'll get one of them. get an Amiga. I mean, it's back when I first started collecting, way before I started YouTube. I was getting everything. I bought an Neo Geo AES, an Neo Geo CD. I'm pretty certain I had a CDZ at some point as well. I had a Panasonic Q, which never worked, which pissed me off because I love that. That was cool. I had multiple GameCubes, PS2s, Xbox, PS1, a Box Jaguar CD, both brand new and sealed. I've had pretty much every system. I've had Master System. I've had every system that I could possibly want. And I'm, at this point now, I'm quite happy now. I've got all of the Nintendo systems that have ever been released, except for the Virtual Boy. I'm not going there. I've got my Genesis. I don't need any more than that, really, do I? I mean, you know, it's fine. I've got my Super Nintendo wall there. I'll put some more shelves down the bottom. Build that nicely. I've got the little shelf next to it. That's going to become my NES shelf. And then this big shelf over here will probably become my Genesis one, because I've got quite a few Genesis games I want to pick up. And then that one's just for everything else. That one over there, that'll be like N64 and modern stuff. And I'll just stick all that over there, because there's only going to be small amounts of games for each of the systems. I mean, there'll be a shelf for PS4 over there, obviously. 720, we'll wait and see. I'm not going to say no on the Xbox 720, because knowing me, I probably will pick one up at some point if they release any games that are worthwhile. But I'll see on May 21st what they come up with. At the moment, not that interested. It's all about the PS4, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, ultimately that's it really. I mean, I just, you know, it's all going to be sold, so I'm happy with that now. I'm actually really glad I made the decision and just went with it. I don't know what you guys feel like. I know I've spoken to a few people who have said like they've considered just scrapping everything and just going for one system. I've really got to the point where I've just thought I'll just sell it all and just go Super Nintendo fully, and I've been like that for a few months now. I just can't do that. I like the N64 and I like the Genesis, and I'm really starting to enjoy the NES. So, you know, and the Game Boy Advance is just a throwaway thing. It's just something I like it. Don't get me wrong, it's a great system, but I don't want to actively collect for it. I'm just going to buy games now and again. Just, you know, when I feel the need to play some GBA, I'll buy a game. I've got a few already, so that's cool. The only ones I'm actively going to collect for from now on will be the Super Nintendo, obviously, the NES, and the Genesis. The N64. It's not really going to be much of a collection. It'll just be a handful of games that I want to play. So I don't really class that as collecting. I mean, proper hardcore collecting is going to be SNES, NES, and Genesis. Genesis, I can't remember how many games I got up to. I think I'm up to about 100 on my list so far. There isn't a lot that I want. But that's, you know, I say that, it's 100 games. It's still a substantial amount of games. The NES is going to take ages because I still need to really explore the console and just get a good sense of what I want to buy for that. I've got a reasonable list at the moment, but it needs to expand quite a bit yet. Cracking system though, really enjoying that at the moment. It's a lot of fun. There you go. If you guys have been considering what you're doing with your collecting, let me know. Let me still. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Video responses would be really nice, because I very rarely get video responses on my videos. So anyone who makes videos, if you're feeling the same way, and you're considering what you're doing, you're collecting, please let me know in the video response. I'd really appreciate that. It'd be nice to say. It's alright reading a comment, and that's great. I love comments, obviously, but it's nice to see a video as well occasionally. Yeah, I don't know. It's just proper getting me down. I just felt. I said to Alex last night. I got to the point where I just felt like it was owning me. I didn't own the stuff. The stuff owned me, and that's, you know, that's not good. I mean, you get to that point in life, you really need to just say, whoa, stop, just, this shit's got to stop, man. It just, you know, you got to deal with it, because you can't let this shit take over your life. It's video games, for Christ's sake. And, you know, there will be people who see this video who are not people who have watched my videos before, who are not collectors, who don't, you know, maybe stumbled across the video, and they'll be like, what's he moaning about? He's got one of them games and he's got a hard life. No, that's not what it's about at all. You know, if you are one of those people, that's not what it's about at all. It's just about a realisation that I've gone a bit mental and I need to sort my life out and calm down, and I need to get some focus. And that's a word that gets used a lot in the gaming community. But it's definitely true. I definitely need focus. So, I mean, the prime example of getting distracted was yesterday. I was watching Alex's video. It's like a Ramsey thing, that was, I think. Like, Gordon Ramsay does that a lot. Yeah, anyway, I was watching Alex, and he's, you know, as I say, the video was fantastic, because it was really nice to see him get a sense of perspective and to be like, this is what I want to do. And, you know, he's not just buying any old crap. And to be fair, Alex doesn't really do that anyway. He's pretty good at controlling himself like that. You know, he had his old moment with the Japanese N64 and everything, and the Jaguar as well, like me. But he does a good job. But I saw that video yesterday, and he picked up Zombie's Revenge. Is it Zombie or Zombies? I can't remember. Anyway, for the Dreamcast, but the Japanese Dreamcast. And the first thing that went into my head went, you know what, I've always wanted the Japanese Dreamcast. I've always looked at the Japanese R7, the black one, and I've always wanted one of those, but they're really expensive. And I just thought, no, what are you doing? You're selling your PAL one. Don't buy a bleeding Japanese one now. I mean, that would just be really dumb. The problem with the Dreamcast is it really is tempting to buy that system again. It does get like that, because the games like Crazy Taxi and House of the Dead, they are really, really good on the Dreamcast, and they make me want to own the system. But I always think that, and I'm never really playing it, so what's the point of owning one? Yeah, I get a lot more enjoyment out of the other systems. Obviously, I'm not, you know, the modern systems. Like, I've still got my Wii and my PS3. You know, I sold my 360 a while ago. I'll get a PS4. But that's it really. That's all I need for modern systems. I say the 720 is still in the, you know, we're waiting to see stage. I'm not too sure where I'm going with that yet. Microsoft have got to prove a lot to me to actually make me want to buy that console this time round. I'll say that now. In a month's time, they may really impress me on May 21st, and I'll be like, you know what, I've got to get one. I won't be able to get both at launch because, Christ, that'd be too expensive. I'll have to wait and stagger the purchases, obviously. But yeah, PS4s, you don't even have to think about buying the PS4. The PS3 was so great that the PS4s are definite. I mean, Sony just nail it every time. They've got the fantastic developers under their wings, so yeah, they're bound to have great games. I mean, Quantic Dream are already working on a game for PS4, so that alone makes me want to buy the system. So yeah, but yeah, this video could go on for a while. So basically, guys, that's it. I've just got sick and tired of collecting for systems that I don't really want to collect for. Nothing against the systems themselves, they're absolutely brilliant. And for people who collect those systems, good on you, because you know that's what it's all about. By collecting for the system or systems that you really get the most enjoyment out of. And as I say, it's about building a library. You know, having that resource whenever you feel the need to play those games. You know, that's the main thing. Just buying for the sake of it is a pointless exercise. You know, I mean, some people are quite comfortable just buying like 20 systems and buying games for all 20 systems all the time. That's fine if you can do that and it doesn't bother you. Great, go for it. You know, it's all about finding your comfort zone and making yourself happy. And this is going to make me happy by ditching all the stuff I don't want. Yeah, that's where I am at the moment anyway. So yeah, well, thanks for watching anyway, guys, and please pop your comments down the bottom below and let me know what you think. I'd like to see your opinions as well, if you're in the same boat or not, or if you're considering being in this situation, you're not sure where you're going. And obviously, if you make videos, please make a video response. I'd really like to watch some video responses. Yeah, well, cheers. See you later.